Hey everyone, this is Randy here. We have Caleb Arsenault from Fifth Cell, who's a senior producer there. And what you're seeing on screen right now is, of course, Scribblenauts Unmasked. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so what are you showing us today with the game?
Well, actually, so this is one of the very early parts of the game where we're kind of still learning about all the different parts of the DC Comics world.
Yep.
And so right off the bat, you're confronted with a classic Scribblenauts problem, right? Commissioner Gordon there, his vehicle has been broken by a bad guy, and essentially you're here and he's like, hey, can you help me out? I saw what you did previously helping out Batman, so help me out.
Yeah, just before we started this recording, there was Batman. So there
Yes.
was a Batman sighting as part of this. But right now it's Commissioner Gordon and his car needs to be fixed. So what can you do?
So basically this is a very basic, Scribblenauts problem that we've been able to have in previous games, but with a little added twist that it's for Commissioner Gordon.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and put in a mechanic.
Yep. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
So mechanic automatically repairs the vehicle. And then Lily, who is actually going to operate sort of as like an assistant to you. She's basically back at the Batcave, giving you missions, giving you hints, giving you information about your current situation. So basically, we're being tasked with delivering this criminal to a helicopter that's on the roof.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on this bad guy here, and I can actually modify him with an adjective. Okay. So I'm going to actually make him a handheld.
Handheld. He becomes a handheld prisoner.
Yes. Okay. So I can actually pick him up now.
Oh, okay.
And then I can just go up. All right. So I'm going to take him up to the roof and deliver him. Uh-oh.
Okay.
So now he actually had a weapon hidden, and he actually attacked that police officer. Okay. And made him go away.
Yes, made him go away. Nothing bad happened here.
So basically, we're teaching another core element of Unmasked, which is Maxwell has magic abilities that let him bring anything into reality that he wants. But with weapons specifically, they have something called durability. Okay. So you can't just use one weapon through the whole game. Getting a machine gun won't just attack, kill any criminal or villain. You actually have to be a little bit more creative in coming up with different weapons to keep using. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use let's just get an axe. Okay. We're going to go ahead and fight this criminal.
So that plus 10 is this durability? Is that what I saw just then?
So that plus 10 is actually reputation.
Oh, okay.
And just like any good superhero, Maxwell needs a good reputation inside the DC Comics world. And that is actually currency that you build up through the course of the game. And you can unlock different parts of the game, new levels, and new content like costumes for Maxwell. Okay. This is Gotham City. And so I'll kind of take you around here. Wow. And one thing you'll notice is just the size of the map in comparison to previous Scribblenauts games. I mean, we've got a huge map here, and every single of those W icons, which is kind of the Wayne Tower icon that's above everyone, you can see Wayne Tower in the background there, is a quest opportunity. And we call these things heroic feats. And you see there's a bunch of really kind of crazy stuff going on. You see a hoop that's on fire, and a diving board, and there's a little professor guy next to it. He'll probably want me to do something like try to dive through the ring of fire, for example.
And as you say, the missions here would then change every time you sort of go back into Gotham City, is that right?
Exactly. So we just got a chance to see that. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and restart. Okay. Let's just restart the map. And so once I restart, it's going to repopulate the map with completely different things. Oh, okay. So basically, all of these things are procedurally generated to have different objects every single time. Oh, okay. See, there's like a fight going on there, and they probably need my help. See, the guy with the hoop is no longer there. He's not
there anymore.
Yeah, so the positioning is even generated randomly as well, so that every single visit you pay to Gotham City, there's always going to be new things to do. Okay. Like, say something is too hard, like you can't beat it just yet. Come back later and do some other ones first.
Is there a reward if you manage to get through everything that's currently here right now, and then come back and spawn some more missions, or?
So actually, like if you go through and complete, like every single time you complete a heroic feat, you get a lot of rep. Okay. And so if you're going through and completing all of it, it's gonna pile up, and you're gonna get a lot of currency.
All right. And this is just one. And this is just one location.
This is just one location.
Yep.
This is just Gotham City. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to see what this guy wants. He goes, my money bag was stolen from the bank. Bring it back.
Okay.
So if
it's
I actually,
that guy, he's got it.
Yeah, exactly. So if I actually click on money bag, it's actually going to center the camera on the objective that he's talking about. Because sometimes the map is so big, you may not know what he's talking about specifically.
Okay.
So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm just going to go up to this guy. Let's see if I can give myself some like armor or something, just in case he attacks me.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I got another 10 reputation. You can see the reputation on the gamepad actually shows how much reputation you have. So I have about 260 reputation right now. So I'm gonna go see if I could maybe I could just steal it from this guy. Oh yeah, he's gonna let me just steal it.
That was easy.
There you go.
All right.
So robbery was thwarted, and he's just gonna kind of try to drive away.
Yeah, try and drive away.
And he's just gonna go ahead and drive over there. You know what? Fine. That's fine. You know what? No harm, no foul.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go to another one over here. Oh, there must be something going on there. So every time a hero and a villain meet, they just automatically fight, right? They automatically dislike each other. And one of the things I could do here is click on this, and he's like, oh, Rooster, I need a weapon. Because a lot of the characters, they don't know who Maxwell is, but he kind of looks like a rooster, so that's kind of like the nickname that they give him. They're like, hey, Rooster Kid, right? Okay. Give me a weapon, because he's getting shot right now. He needs something. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'll give him let's give him a crossbow. So I'll give that to this guy, and he's going to be able to use that, and I'm going to get more reputation now, because he's going to be able to win this fight. And I can kind of jump into the fray here and actually start helping out. There we go.
So all of the, I guess all of these heroic feats, they're based around helping people or defeating bad guys, right?
Or so it's more
to keep in the theme of being in the DC universe, right?
No, exactly. And so like you'll find just hundreds of these objectives, and they're kind of meant to be like small bite-sized chunks of the overall experience.
Right. Okay.
A really good example of why we put the Batcomputer in is this character right here. So I don't know just from looking at him what character that is, right? So it says his name is Tufton. So, and I don't know specifically who that is in the DC Comics universe. But one thing I could do is actually go up there and investigate and find out what his backstory is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and there's this little icon to the right of his portrait, that little bouncy computer icon. So I'm going to go into that. And what that's going to do is actually take me into our Batcomputer feature, which is a huge encyclopedia of all the DC characters and objects that we have in the game. And so I could see, oh, Tufton is a prince in his own lands. Tufton is an Alav commandee and a talking tiger-like being of great intelligence. So that's awesome to know, right? And we also have almost like Wikipedia-style links inside here, so I could click on that name and it takes me to this character. Okay. And it kind of lets me have that Wikipedia effect where I just want to learn more and more and more about each of these characters. Okay. And
I can see you have 205 pages in this Batcomputer.
Yes, right? it just keeps going and going. And
so it's not just characters, it's objects as well, right?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So we have like this thing called the War Wheel, which is used by the Axis powers in World War II. The War Wheel is an armored wheel with a steel exterior. Okay. And so if I actually wanted to like, bring that in game, I could actually get inside the War Wheel and I could attack this tiger guy and kill him with it.
That's super powerful, that War Wheel.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's a pretty powerful thing.
Okay. Can you say how many characters you managed to include in Unmasked?
So we have over 2,000 total objects, and the vast majority of those are individual characters, such as this. And one really cool thing you can do is you can kind of filter this as well. So I'm going to see all heroes, right? And so if you want to kind of browse through the heroes, you can do that. You could look at villains, and you could take a look at all the vehicles that we have in the game. Okay. This ranges from the really well-known, like, of course, Wonder Woman's
plane,
all the way to, like, the Mobius chair, which is a dimensional vehicle capable of traveling through time and space. All the way to Lobo's cycle, which is a fan favorite, because Lobo is a pretty awesome character. Yeah. So this, wasn't enough for us to show, just to put the art of certain characters in the game. We really needed to explain, like, hey, this is who, the All-Star Squadron is. And one really cool thing as well is I could spawn teams of people now, too. I'm not restricted to just, one thing. So one of my favorite things to do is actually using the lanterns, the green lanterns and the yellow lanterns, who are called the Sinestro Corps, as a good example. Oh, this guy does not like me. Let's see if I can get the war wheel out. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
You got him. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and type in the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
And this gives me just one little lantern, but once I release it,
Whoa,
a bunch of different lanterns come out.
Okay.
And what's really interesting and what I love about the Green Lanterns is they are so diverse. I mean, if you look at this here, not all of those are just like humanoids, right?
How many characters are there?
There's actually, so every time you bring a Green Lantern object out there, it spawns 15 random of our 137 total Green Lanterns.
Wow, okay. So you could conceivably use a Green Lantern for a lot of story missions, is that right?
Oh, yeah, like especially if you need to fight some bad guys, they're great in a pinch to come out.
Okay.
But what's really cool is not only Maxwell's interaction with the objects, the fact that he can bring them to life, but also just their own interactions with one another. The mortal enemy of the Green Lantern Corps are the Sinestro Corps.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll bring them out here, and immediately you're going to see some fireworks.
Okay. Whoa.
Immediately they just start battling.
They do not like each other.
They do not like each other. And each of them will do their own special attacks.
Okay.
If they're Green Lanterns or any type of lantern, they actually have these hard light constructs that come out of their power rings. So you see them kind of creating these swords and clubs and everything to attack each other with, in addition to like energy blasts.
Who's gonna win?
It's actually, I don't know. Sometimes it's pretty even. Sometimes it seems that one of them has a clear advantage. But this is just one example of one small interaction between the thousands of characters that we have.
Okay. And speaking of, I guess, heroes, there's also a hero creator as part of the game. Is that right?
That's right. So our hero creator is at a part later in the story where you actually travel to the Batcave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this play out up here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that first story mission. Okay. Right. And actually, Batman. Something we had previously covered is that Batman has essentially said, "Hey, watch out! I heard Joker's car is actually parked around here somewhere." Okay. So we've actually found it. That
looks Jokerish. Yeah. Okay.
So actually, if I come up to this and I tap on it, it's going to give me the option to essentially start this story event.
Story mission.
So I'm going to go ahead and start it. I'll give you guys a look at the story mission here.
Okay.
So there's a nice little intro. So actually, this is where you see the longtime antagonist of the Scribblenauts series, which is Maxwell's evil twin, the Doppleganger. You kind of don't know how he got here. So basically, all this kind of crazy stuff and all the heroic feats and all the kind of chaotic objects that are all over Gotham City aren't just because of Gotham City, but they're just kind of there because Doppleganger is also present. He also has the power to write things into his notebook.
Okay, all right. So he's the nemesis.
Yes.
Okay.
And so basically, very early in the game, you're able to just kind of pal around with Batman and fight the Joker. And so they think you're all alone and they've got you cornered, but actually, Batman's got your back. Okay. And here he comes.
In the Batmobile.
In the Batmobile, of course.
There you go. Okay.
So Batman throws his batarang at Joker's gun, destroys it, and then now they're just gonna start fighting and go into town. Of course, Doppelganger spawns a Robosaur for me to deal with. And this kind of teaches you to use Lily, so that you can see on the gamepad. She gives you hints and stuff about what to do. So I'm going to actually...
A suggestion for like an object to put in,
So basically, I'm gonna give Maxwell an RPG.
Okay.
I'm going to also apply an adjective to myself to make me... let's make me tough. And fast. And let's give me flying, too.
Wow.
That way I could outmaneuver.
Stay out of the way.
There we go. All
oh,
right.
That's cool. Okay.
Oof, there we go. One hit.
One hit.
A point-blank shot with an anti-tank RPG is going to destroy Robosaur.
The Robosaur. Okay.
So basically, Doppleganger wants to get out of here. And you're like, hey, let's not attack Doppleganger, but let's definitely help out Superman. So Lily here is going to say, hey, listen, give Batman a weapon that is not a vehicle. Because that way he could fight against Joker, who has this giant mallet. So let's see. Let's give him one of his favorite things, which is a batarang, of course. All right.
And another 10 points for using something you've never used before.
There you go.
Right, okay.
Joker's crying foul.
Yeah.
Here comes the police. And this is probably more, I mean, this is more story than has ever been in a Scribblenauts game. More, scripted narrative, because we wanted people to be able to sort of experience the immersion of the DC Comics world. And a sandbox wouldn't absolutely accomplish that goal, right? We needed some story and some characters.
But you still retain the sandbox elements of it, though.
Yeah, like we were playing earlier.
In
Those
the
heroic
heroics,
feats are just allow you to just kind of be creative and go crazy.
Okay.
So basically, Batman still needs my help. Joker's teeth are still kind of chattering.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and...
You could steal from Batman, I saw.
Yeah, you can still
won't be happy.
No, he will not be happy.
Okay.
So I made Batman warm as an adjective, and that unfroze him. And he noticed something, and this is very key to the story, that they teleported away in this mysterious kind of purple beam. And Joker doesn't have that kind of technology, so Batman already has sort of an inkling of like, Joker does not, is not just in this alone. And so basically, Lily and Maxwell, they're also kind of onto it, and there's some really important tie-ins later.
Killing Joke. Okay, so references to actual
some
comics.
Some comics characters.
Yeah.
Some paying homage to some of the more popular comic lines. So basically, Commissioner Gordon, he's like, hey, listen, I found this Starlight. And this is yours. Like, I've never experienced anything like this before. And actually, when the globe broke, initially when Lily and Maxwell first arrived in Gotham, the globe was actually powered by Starlights, which have been a long-standing item in Scribblenauts history, and is actually powered by the good deeds that Maxwell has done. He always has gotten the Starlight. And so basically, they're now spread over all of the DC Comics universe, and your quest is to get them back so that your globe can be powered again.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to grab that Starlight, and we're going to go back to the Batcave.
Okay.
Maxwell's super happy about that, of course.
So if you were to just play the story missions in this, how long would it take you to see all the stuff in the game?
Oh, it would still take you quite a long time.
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of the missions and everything, and also a lot of the narrative ties together some of the challenges as well.
Right. Okay. And there's Lily.
There's Lily.
And Alfred.
And Alfred, of course, back in the Batcave. All right. So Batman really wants to tell the Justice League what's going on, because obviously this is kind of a big deal. And she's really glad that you're safe.
So Lily is the Batman fan, right?
Oh.
In that initial conversation you were saying where they were arguing who was better, Batman or Superman, I take it Lily was on Batman's side?
Actually, I believe it was Maxwell. That was on Batman's side.
Right, okay.
And so this is the part where they're kind of trying to piece together that, the globe is powered by the Starlights, and that Maxwell is going to need to go and travel around the DC Comics world, recover these Starlights. That's your main quest, right? While also doing battle with all the villains that are causing kind of chaos around the world.
Yep.
All right, so let's go and just start real quick with who's your favorite DC superhero?
It has to be Batman.
All right,
It has to be
Batman.
Batman.
Do you know what version of Batman you like the best?
You're pushing me, but I think I'm kind of fond of the '60s Batman. Do you have '60s Batman in there?
I think we have something that you will like.
Okay.
Let's see.
Campy Batman, is that what you?
How about this one?
Okay.
This is actually the 70s Batman.
70s Batman, okay.
So essentially this gives us free reign now to begin to edit this hero.
So you start with a hero template then, is that right? So you select someone and then, okay.
So you start with a hero template, and let's, you know what, like, I like his head, but let's put someone else's head on him.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go here. Here's some pre-selected heads. But let's, you know what, let's do something else. How about we do something kind of funny?
Okay.
Let's get the Joker in. Let's actually get his head.
Okay.
And let's put his head on Batman's body. There. Hey, there we go.
Okay.
All right, and then you know what? I think that Joker should work out a little bit.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of increase the size of his arms a little bit, make him
getting buff.
Yeah, make him a little bit more ripped, right?
Okay.
And then you know, Joker obviously wouldn't keep his costume the same, right? I mean, he's got a reputation.
Yeah.
I like his pose. So yeah, he would kind of go with some you know iconic colors there that would help differentiate him. All right.
Okay.
So basically, now what I can do is I can name this object anything I want. All right, so I'm going to name this. The
Joker Man.
How about Batjoker?
Okay.
All right, so Batjoker, we've got him here. What we can actually do is if you look at the superpower attacks that are available, there's all these options, right? And I could actually unlock these with reputation. So this one's actually 200 reputation, and you'll see here that I have over 1100. So I'm going to go ahead and buy, and I'm going to check that so that it applies. So I'm going to save this object, and I'm actually going to bring him in to Metropolis.
Can you give him all of the powers? Is there a limit to
all the powers that are available? And he'll cycle through them one by one. So yeah, you can make a really powerful object. And the cool thing about these objects here is that it's not limited to just what I have locally. I can also share those online with my friends on the Wii U and PC. So on Wii U we use, of course, the whole Nintendo system for sharing, and then on PC we use the Steam Workshop. So I'll go back into my game here. And
he'll be, if you put in Batjoker.
Batjoker. And because we used Batman as a template, he'll actually be a good guy.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask, like, how do you choose his alignment?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that initial object that you choose is sort of, you're choosing what he's going to kind of behave like a little bit, right? So that way you could kind of make a character, like make Joker and Batman get along. You know, you can have cool little alliance. But of course, if I punch him, he's going to be unhappy, and also Batman's going to be unhappy because I attacked someone in the
Oh, and that's his power.
There's the superpower that you put on him, and that's a siphon power. So what that does is actually siphons life away from the target, and gives it back to him. So that's a really powerful ability.
There must have been some crazy heroes that you were able to make in this, right?
Oh yeah, like a really good one is Anti-Monitor. He's a really great villain because he's really large and he has 3 beams that come out of him, and I'll put him in here. He's actually like kind of a cosmic enemy.
Right.
So him being in the Batcave is definitely a mismatch. One of the classic Scribblenauts things, but he's kind of this big universal bad guy, and to have him fight, Nightwing is, kind of funny, but...
So he would have more health? I can't see any health bars on him.
Yeah, he is nigh invincible.
So this is a silly thing to have just done now,
Yes,
right?
exactly. And silliness and this kind of creativity and kind of fun mishmash of things is what Scribblenauts has always been about. It's the charm of the franchise.
Well, it's looking great. I mean, if you're a DC fan, it's got nearly everyone, right? Okay.
Actually, I died.
And there we go. That's probably a good point to stop now. But that was Scribblenauts Unmasked. Thank you very much, Caleb, for showing us that. I got one last question for you. Can you tell me a release date and platforms people can expect this on?
It's coming out September 24th for PC, Wii U, and Nintendo 3DS.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. And if you guys need more information on Scribblenauts Unmasked, be sure to check out GameSpot. Thanks.